When An American Werewolf in London was made in 1981, I seriously doubt that the crew was aware just how ahead of its time the movie would be.
I'm a werewolf.
David, I can help.
No, I'm not safe to be with. You gotta stay away from me.
Directed by John Landis and stars David Naughton as David Kiesling, a soon-to-be werewolf. The moment that he starts to dream is when you automatically it just sets the tone, and you really just get a feel of what this movie's going for. It succeeds in every aspect of that. It's not your average horror film. It's filled with over-the-top scenarios, making this classic movie monster set itself apart from other titles that come before it, being a dark comedy, winning a Saturn Award, and of course winning the Oscar for Best Makeup Effects. And even today, it's still flawless and believable. It's definitely movies like An American Werewolf in London that display how statics and animatronics go a long way and makes this film so beloved. Undoubtedly makes the movie as talentless as it is. It really goes without saying, honestly, the transformation scene is still very painful to watch. I mean, just seeing the stretching of the hands and the feet and spine and just his reaction makes it really uncomfortable, and it makes you really feel like you're in this situation, honestly, because it's still so just realistic. Along with David's friend slash face with his skin hanging off of it, it's really gnarly. His friend being really like the comic relief, still disturbing to look at. I'll honestly take these effects over any amount of CGI any day. It really is a shame that movies have felt the need to leave this era behind. You can occasionally see it in independent films. Some horror films still maintain that. Most cases it's CGI. It's a damn shame because the effects back then were just so good. Top tier of its time. But speaking of this movie, also I want you to check out my good friend Derek Fleek's short independent film that's very heavily inspired by this movie, and it's called Growl. Definitely worth a watch. It's his first directorial debut. It's a feature film, and he stars as well, and he's great in it. Definitely recommend that. So I'll leave a link in the description below for you to watch. There's movies like this with so much potential that's successful. They feel more sophisticated and but here it's still remaining very tongue-in-cheek and playful, also remaining a good balance of fear and comedy. Two completely different genres that mix very well, and combining those two successfully without it feeling mismatched, very big achievement on its own. Some mistakes movies made today is them taking themselves too seriously, and it really does weigh down the film in ways. This film was smart for taking the bold choices it did. An American Werewolf in London could have definitely taken a different route, but the fact that it didn't, and it stayed in this direction, is why it's known as a cult classic that it is, all these years later. The bit that really got me the most was when David was running through London naked and with the balloons. It's hilarious. It's definitely a fun watch, gruesome. The practical effects are top notch. The ending is very abrupt, but I mean, it tells its story in the way it needs to. Everything comes to a close. There's no explanation as far as his friends and the victims being set free from their rotting limbo land, whatever it is. That's my view for American Werewolf in London. What's your thoughts? Also, don't forget to check out my friend's film Growl.
The power of darkness? It's all true. Please believe me.
Believe what? That tomorrow night, beneath the full moon, I'll sprout hair and fangs and eat people?
You'd be surprised what horrors a man is capable of.
Are you all right now?
I don't know. I'll let you know the next full moon.
Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.